I'm gonna show you exactly how to upgrade any Capital One credit card you have with no hard inquiry. A lot of people tend to go after Capital One after they've had some type of financial meltdown, or you just don't know where to start. And guess what? They were advertising to you first, right? Because Capital One is in fact one of the biggest subprime lenders in the United States. They don't just offer credit cards, they offer auto loans, a checking and savings, a high yield savings account, and a great array of mix of credit cards, all the way from the very bottom of starting at absolutely nothing all the way to some of the best travel cards out there. So when you get with Capital One, you are actually winning in the credit card game because you have one of the largest banks on your credit profile, and you want to keep at least 5 of the largest banks on your credit profile. So of course, the first one is Capital One, then Discover Bank, Chase Bank, American Express, and Citibank. All 5 of these are great to have on your credit profile. It tells other banks and other lenders that you are in fact a responsible borrower once you have one of these on your credit profile. I started off at the very bottom with Capital One with this platinum Capital One credit card right here. You can tell this is so old because they don't even have this credit card. They don't even offer this specific card anymore in this design. That's how old it is. I've had it since I was 27 years old, and I made the #1 mistake. Capital One offered me another credit card and I took it. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if Capital One offers you another credit card and you start off at the very bottom, do not take the credit card offer, because you're only going to get 4 Capital One credit cards that you can have in a lifetime. Now, some people got more than that before they actually put this new rule in place. This new rule came into play in 2021, late 2021, and more into 2022. And some people already had more than 4 credit cards. So don't come from me in the comments saying, I have more than 4. I get it, I know. But the new rule is you cannot have more than 4 Capital One credit cards, and that does include the co-branded. So like if you have a Capital One Walmart card, that is a co-branded card. That counts as one of your slots. So you want to make sure that you do not take any credit card offers that they offer you. You want to upgrade and work on that relationship with that first credit card before you get any other credit card with Capital One. A lot of people are going to ask me, well, I took the offer, Mike. I took the credit card. What do I do now? Then you need to focus your relationship on those existing credit cards to upgrade them to better credit cards. Every Capital One credit card has the opportunity to be upgraded, but if you're not using your credit card properly, then Capital One may not offer it to you. So you need to be aware of that. A lot of people get a Capital One credit card and they're not happy with the limit. Then they go somewhere else and they get a higher limit and they forget about the Capital One card and they don't use it very often. What happens then is Capital One is not going to be incentivized to upgrade that credit card, because guess what? You're not using it. Why would they want to give you more money or a better credit card if you're not using your available credit? So you need to start using it more frequently and not carrying a balance. You want to do this for a consecutive minimum of 6 months while you're with Capital One, because if you do it for 1 month and then a couple other months you carry balances, Capital One does not like that. They are balance sensitive. People are going to argue about this in the comments with me. I do it all the time. I got to upgrade. Well, you could be special. You could be different, but I want to do this to make sure that you understand how to be successful so you don't waste your actual upgrade. So because if you don't qualify to get an upgrade, you're going to have to wait another 6 months to see if you can qualify for an upgrade. So don't waste it just shooting your shot knowing you're not doing all the things right with Capital One. Last part is the most important. I want you to also know that I speak from real experience. I'm not just out here throwing a bunch of mumbo jumbo. What happened to me was I actually applied for the Venture X credit card just to show you guys as an example, because I knew I had already capped out with the 4 credit cards with Capital One. And what happened to me was I actually had a Williams-Sonoma store credit card, and that account got sold to Capital One. And what happened was that pushed me to the 4 credit card mark. I applied for the Venture X, and literally here's the letter that they sent to me from Capital One stating you have too many Capital One accounts. This happened in 2023 when I applied for it, just to have the proof that you guys know that I'm not over here capping. Also be aware that authorized user accounts also count against you. Ask me how I know, because I have one. Me and my wife were authorized user on each other's credit cards, and I was like, I really don't need another Capital One credit card. I really don't. So I just left it as it be because I'm happy with what I have, and I have all the other credit cards that I truly want. The Venture X, not really needed, to be honest with you, because they don't have the network that I actually need when I travel. So I'll just hold off until the right time comes around. It's not a big deal. I'm also going to make sure that I give you the exclusive link that you will not find on any other channel on YouTube. This link is specifically only for Capital One upgrades. So you use this link, you log in, and then you choose whatever card you want to upgrade. But before you upgrade this card, you want to make sure that you you understand the different credit cards that Capital One offers. So let's jump into this final part of the video. Whenever you're ready to actually upgrade your credit card, you need to know exactly the different levels of Capital One credit cards that they actually offer. They start off at fair credit, then they go to good credit, then they go to excellent credit. But it's kind of crazy when you look at it from this point of view. There's actually 4 different Quicksilver cards. There's like 3 or 4 Saver One cards, and then there's 4 actual Venture cards. So in order to get to the Venture X, some people can jump to the line and get to the Venture X all the way at the end, but some people have to start all the way at like the Venture One. So each one is a different level, and you need to pay attention to those credit cards before you accept any offers from Capital One, so you don't get the wrong credit card that doesn't make sense for your specific lifestyle. If you started off at the very bottom and maybe you got a platinum card, there's 2 types of platinum cards. So there's a platinum secured, and then there's a platinum just regular unsecured that gives you your own credit limit. So you can go from the actual platinum secured into the unsecured one, or what they usually tend to do is they'll offer you an actual Quicksilver One card. You don't really want the Quicksilver One card. It is a good card. It's a decent card at best, let's be honest. And the reason why it's decent is because it gives you cash back rewards. But we want to get to the Quicksilver card. The Quicksilvers, they literally have 4 different Quicksilver credit cards. The first one is a Quicksilver secured card. A lot of people don't even know that that option even exists, but it does. And then it goes all the way up to their top tier Quicksilver card that has the best benefits possible. It's still a mid-tier cashback credit card, but you're getting something and you don't have any annual fees. If you get the actual Quicksilver One card, that does come with the annual fee, and it's not really necessary. So that's why it's better to wait or take that Quicksilver One and upgrade it as fast as you possibly can to a regular Quicksilver, or jump the line. Next up after the Quicksilvers are the Saver cards. So the Saver cards, same thing. There's going to be 4 cards. It's crazy, right? They all have the same similarity except for the beginner cards. They all have 4 different credit cards that they offer. The Saver One credit card is one of the best credit cards out there. It has some of the best actual cashback rewards than any other credit card. If you get the top tier Saver One credit card, it's going to get you up to 10% cash back. I'm not going to go deep diving into it, but I just want to let you know that a Saver One credit card, the best one out there, is one of the best credit cards for cash back. Now, after that, of course, is the Venture cards. So you're going to start at the Venture One and go all the way up to the Venture X. You can jump the tiers based on your actual credit score and your credit profile, but sometimes Capital One will make you get either a Venture One first and then go to a Venture X. Some people, if they don't have any Capital One credit cards, can go straight to the Venture X based on their actual credit profile. Just go to the Capital One website, peruse it, look at all the different cards so you can prepare yourself and not just jump into any credit card, because this is the biggest mistake that everyone makes. They go and they see these videos and they say, oh, that credit card makes sense. Well, you didn't even know that these other 2 credit cards existed over here. So really go in there and deep dive into it to see which one fits you best, because it may not be a good fit for my lifestyle, but it'll be a good fit for your lifestyle based on what type of things you actually spend money on and what kind of categories that make sense for your lifestyle. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. It's going to be pinned at the very top, and I'm also going to put it in the video description. Once you figured out what exact credit card that you want to actually upgrade to, then go use the link. All you do is you log in, you choose a credit card to see if it's available for upgrade, and then go for the card. It'll tell you what you can actually upgrade it to once you actually choose a credit card that you want to do. Now, if it tells you there's no upgrades available, work on your relationship with Capital One for 6 months, and then remember, you can come back and use the link again. This video is going to be up forever. I'm never going to get rid of it. I'm never going to get rid of the link also. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you watch the next video, because it is about how to delete charge-offs from your credit report. And if you felt that I brought you some value, make sure that you don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.